based on bubbles. It's based on fraud. You've got giant welfare states that even dwarf us per capita in Europe. You've got demographic cliffs as we go into the second quadrant or begin to approach the middle of the wave of the retirement of baby boomers all over the Western world. Harry Dent's been coming on the show about 3-4 years. And he's the best-selling author of The Demographic Cliff and the editor of the free newsletter Economy and Markets. And, of course, he founded Dent Research, an economic forecasting firm specializing in demographic trends. His mission is helping people understand change using exciting new research developed from years of hands-on business experience. He also headed up a division for Bain Capital and has done a lot of other important work as well. I'm not going to get into all his degrees, but he has an MBA from Harvard Business School and worked as, again, for Bain as a strategy consultant for Fortune 100 companies. He's also the CEO of several entrepreneurial growth companies and a new venture investor. And HarryDentResearch.com is his main website, but at harrydent.com/Alex Jones, he's offering deals on his book and a free chapter, harrydent.com/Alex Jones. And I wasn't even aware of this till they just walked in and told me. He's just already a regular guest. We love getting him on. He's also, I guess, sponsoring InfoWars today. Got some banners up there promoting his new book, so we appreciate him supporting the broadcast as well. But I'll just throw that out there that people can also follow the banners to his website at InfoWars.com. But I got to tell you, I mean, you've got all these different economists, all these different investors. You see them all over the news. Last year, about 6 months ago, we saw Donald Trump come out and say the big crash is coming. He's kind of the canary in the coal mine when he finally starts saying it. But most real economists say something big's coming. Well, a lot of them say it's going to be inflation, maybe even hyperinflation because of all the QE Unlimited and the race to the bottom with all the money printing worldwide, not just by the dollar. The problem is, then you've got other demographics showing that there's going to be less demand, more oil and gas discovered, and so prices are going to plunge. And I wish we had the staff to do it, but, I mean, you can go back to the 10 interviews or so the last 3 years. 3 years ago, he was predicting by 2015, 2016, and he has the graphs he sent us again today. We'll pull some of those up and show you the graphs he made. He's been using for 4 or 5 years. It's in his last best-selling book, New York Times bestseller, that right around this time it would start. Demographic cliff, people retiring. More old people than young people. We aborted all our kids. We didn't have kids. Okay, fine. We'll be inherited by the third world. That is our trendy wish. That is the way it works. There's his oil graphic that he's been putting out for at least... I first read his book 4 years ago and then got him on about 3.5 years ago. So I guess I've been seeing him use this for 4 years, 3 or 4 years. But there it is. He has his oil graph, WTI crude, 98, 2016. He has it going down, going back a few months ago. And that's what happened. And he's got it going down even more into 2020. We got Bloomberg out saying it takes 5 years to rebound. He says it won't rebound. Well, don't let me put words in his mouth. He just made a lot of predictions that have come true so far. That's why he's a best-selling author. People want to read what he has to say. I'm just glad he's here with us today to go through all this. So, Harry Dent, I got to tell you, 3 years ago, I agreed with a lot of what you're saying, but I just could not have imagined $40 a barrel oil, but it's headed that way and lower. Thank you for coming on with us.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. I mean, we've said for years that oil would end up at $10 to $20 a barrel. Right now, we have broken recently out of a long trading range sideways between $80 and $115. And the next support is at 32. I think we're going to see that this year, maybe within months, maybe within weeks. And the thing about this is that falling oil prices, most economists say, oh, it's good for the consumer. Well, of course it is. We save maybe $2 a day at lower oil prices, but it's going to burst one of the biggest bubbles we've had recently, the fracking bubble. We were told we're going to be energy independent, and we got this great fracking revolution. It's just a bubble industry without 5% junk bond rates, the lowest we've ever seen in history, normally 8 to 10% for those type of high-risk lending. And without $100 plus oil prices, fracking doesn't work. So fracking is dead. That's 1 million jobs. That's $980 billion in investment that's going to go bad and $500 billion in debt. So economists are ignoring this fracking bubble burst, just like they ignored the housing bubble and the subprime crisis in 2008. I mean, that's another chart I have here, where if you look at the subprime bubble that grew from like 2000 to 2005 to 6, this high yield debt is now the new bubble where companies are borrowing money for high risk investments cheap, courtesy of the Fed's free money falling out of the sky. And this has created a bubble that's going to burst. I know that, I've been telling you, Alex, for years now, we've got a bubble going to burst. We've got demographics only going the wrong direction in more and more countries around the world. Debt levels even higher than they were in 2007 and 8 when the last bubble burst. Everything is set. We just need a trigger. I think this is the trigger, and the markets are ignoring it.
Well, you predicted the 2008 crash. You predicted this with oil, and I'm just going from memory. I first interviewed you a few times over the phone like 4 or 5 years ago. Then you hadn't been on for a few years. Started getting you on, I think, 2013, 2014 again. But you did make those predictions accurately. People did roll their eyes. I mean, I respected your view because you've been right so much, but it was hard to believe. Now it's starting to happen. When did you first start predicting oil would go down in 2015?
We said that back in the Great Depression ahead in 2008. One of the things, Alex, we look at demographic cycles, which we can project accurately. I mean, we know when the average person spends the most money on toilet paper or camping equipment, and they spend the most money overall at age 46, and the most affluent people spend the most money at age 53, which is this year. So the average household peaked in 2007. We predicted that 20 years ago. The most affluent households that are still spending peak this year. So does spending on automobiles. Everybody's saying automobiles are doing better than ever. You watch the next couple years. They're going to go off a cliff. Germany has the steepest decline of any major country in the world, much like Japan in the 90s. We were the only one to see that coming in the late 80s because we look at demographics, but we also look at any credible cycles, and commodity prices are one of the most predictable cycles over time. They peak every 29 to 30 years like a clock. That's what we've been saying since 2008. Commodity prices are peaking. They're going to decline not for a few years, but well into the early 2020s. And that's when we said oil in particular was going to go back to the lows in late 90s, early 2000s, between $10 and $20 a barrel. So yeah, it is crashing, as we said. It will go lower. I think you won't see that $10 to $20 maybe for a few years, but I think you are going to see 32 to 40 this year, and again, maybe within months. And again, it's not a good thing. When oil crashed from 147 to 32 in 2008, a recession followed for the whole next year. So that's what we see. Yes, it's good long-term for consumers, but in the short term, it is going to kill a lot of jobs. It's going to trigger debt defaults. High-yield bond rates are going to start to spike up. They already have. They've gone from 5 to 7%. The junk bonds for energy and fracking companies have gone from 5.5% to 10% recently. So this is the trigger for the next debt bubble bursting. And so economists don't see this. They think, oh, everything's okay. The Fed will bail everything out. You can't bail everything out, and you can't cure a debt crisis with more debt. And that's what the Fed's trying to do.
Well, I mean, Zimbabwe successfully cured debt with debt, and so did Weimar Germany.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you in history, when you try to cure debt with debt, you end up either in an inflationary blowout and or a deflationary crash. And we see, and we've been saying consistently,
deflationary
leadership and a lot of very smart people who understand the debt crisis is unsustainable, we've been saying, no, this ends in deflation. And all we've seen, Europe's worried about deflation. U.S. is worried about deflation. Commodity prices are collapsing. Older people are deflationary. Young people cost everything to raise. Old people downsize everything. We're deflationary, and debt, deleveraging, and it will end up deleveraging. We're going to have to write off a lot of debt, a lot of student loans, subprime auto loans, subprime.
Because it's impossible to prop up the debt. It has to be written off.
Has to be written off ultimately, either through a crash, or if the government were smart, they would orchestrate a Chapter 11 reorganization, especially of our private debt. That's what they could do. They don't want to just let a depression happen.
But no one wants to preside over that, and they want to keep gambling till the casino burns down. Now there's smoke in the casino. They can see flames. The smoke detectors are going off, but they just tell us everything's fine.
Yeah, everybody wants it to happen later. Nobody, no central banker, no president, no prime minister anywhere in the world wants to have the next Great Depression. And that's what debt deleveraging is. Every depression in history has followed a major debt bubble, and that depression and that deflation in prices is because we have debt deleveraging. We're destroying money. Financial assets are deleveraging, destroying money. We overproduce in a bubble.
That's right. Stay there. I want to hear about the next shoe to drop. Is China the time bomb?
Hey, sorry I'm running late. I had to stop and get my vitamins for the month.
I got mine in the mail yesterday from DiscountNutritionShop.com, so I'm here, totally on time.
DiscountNutritionShop.com?
Yep, they're a lifesaver in more ways than one. They have all the nutritional supplements you need, the major brands you know, plus you can save up to 10%. Write down this number, 888-908-4548.
Huh?
888-908-4548, or just go to DiscountNutritionShop.com.
Mom, I can't do my math homework. I just don't get it. I hate math.
I've always tried to be a good mother, but when it came to Jamie's math, I was at a loss. Then a friend told me about Math Made Easy DVDs. Concepts are simplified in an easy way to follow and review, and students can learn at their own pace in the convenience of home. Listen, in the frustration, call Math Made Easy. Call now, 1-800-USA-MATH. That's 1-800-872-6284. Or visit us at mathmadeeasy.com.
The experts are clear. Sunlight, purified water, healthy non-GMO food, and having a good attitude is essential to a healthy immune system. But I go further with Super Nascent Iodine X2 from InfoWarsLife.com. 50% stronger than our original and revolutionary Nascent Iodine formula, coming from a deep earth crystal source that no other supplier has. Most other forms of iodine come from seaweed in areas plagued by Fukushima and other contaminants. Not our iodine. It comes from over 200 million year old crystal salt deposits and is tested and proven to be completely pure. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. See the informational videos. Read the information they're compiled. And for a limited time, when you use promo code NOW at checkout, you get an additional 5% off the entire family of InfoWarsLife.com products. Secure your Survival Shield X2 today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
American gardeners and fellow patriots, make the right choice with your money, time, and your family food supply. Choose 100% pure heirloom seeds in the Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com. Why spend more? The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com is only $37.95 and includes 20 varieties of pure, hardy, easy-to-grow heirloom seeds. Yes, only $37.95. That's 70% less than our competitors. You could buy 3 Survival Seed Vaults for less than one of theirs. The Survival Seed Vault from MyPatriotSupply.com includes detailed planting and seed-saving instructions and ships same day. Plus, all orders over $49 ship free. MyPatriotSupply.com is American-owned by patriots like you, passionate about freedom and preparedness. Call now, 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Or discover more emergency preparedness items when you order at MyPatriotSupply.com. Choose the original. Choose the Survival Seed Vault at MyPatriotSupply.com.
Managing your business and customers isn't easy, huh? SnapForce customer relationship software may be just what you need. SnapForce CRM is a software solution that helps you manage everything important about your customers, from sales to marketing to service and support. All of your customer information is right there at your fingertips for easy access. It's time to take control of your business in a snap. Get your free trial at snapforce.com. That's SNAPFORCE.com. Snapforce.com.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey clean water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
I hear the train coming, it's rolling around the bend. And
Alex Jones here, back live. I did a satire video, and people in the comments don't seem to understand that, even though it says satire at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. Video, Alex Jones retirement announced. And it's a satire video. If you want to see it, I think it's pretty funny. It's causing a whole new conspiracy. It's ridiculous. But that's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. If you go to harrydent.com/Alex Jones, you can subscribe.